Stop scrolling and let's spend a minute in the Bible together. What do you think of Jesus? Who do you think Jesus is? Different people have all sorts of different ideas and views about who Jesus is. Some people say that he was just a good man. Some people say he was a teacher. Some people say he was a healer. Some people say he was a regular guy, but he was a liar. Others say he was crazy. Some people say he didn't even exist at all. But the important question for you to ask is, what do you think of Jesus? But as we look at John chapter 5 today, we'll see that there's one question that's even more important than what you think of Jesus. And that question is, what does Jesus think of you? Well, Jesus has just healed a man who couldn't walk on the Sabbath day. And the Jewish leaders, they're really upset because they think that both Jesus and this man have broken the Old Testament Sabbath law. And so they come and they confront Jesus about it. Now, there's a whole bunch of ways that Jesus could have responded to them. He could have told them that actually he hadn't broken the Old Testament law at all because there was no commandment in the Old Testament that said that you couldn't do good on the Sabbath day. But instead, he chooses not to do that. He says something crazy. Have a look at verse 17. In his defense, Jesus said to them, "My Father is always at work to this very day, and I too am working." Basically, what he's saying is that I am God. I haven't broken the law. I made the law. I am equal with God. I am the author of the law. Well, now the Jewish leaders are even more upset with Jesus because now they don't just think he's a lawbreaker, they also think he's a blasphemer, somebody who dishonors God by putting themselves on equal status with him. And in their eyes, that is a terrible crime that is worthy of death. Well, Jesus goes on to explain now a whole bunch of reasons why what he said is true. He has come from the Father. He is equal with God, and actually he has been given authority. And this is where that really important question of what Jesus thinks of you comes into play. Have a look at verse 27 with me. And he, God the Father, has given him, Jesus, authority to judge because he is the Son of Man. Do not be amazed at this, for a time is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done what is good will rise to live, and those who have done what is evil will rise to be condemned. Now here's the truth. You were made to last forever. The question is not if you will last forever. The question is where you will last forever. We find out here that one day Jesus will return and he will judge all people. Everyone will be raised and stand before him, and Jesus will decide whether you'll be raised to life eternally with him in heaven or rise to be condemned and cut off from God forever in hell. And the thing that's going to make the difference about where you end up forever is what the real Jesus thinks of you. The Jesus who has revealed himself to us in his word, the Bible, not the Jesus that you think you know or the Jesus that you'd like him to be. And so the really important question is not what do you think of Jesus, though that is important. The real big important question is what does the real Jesus think of you?